Hi, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Christina and I'm new to this sim racing thing and documenting my journey out of the rookies. So if you like this video, don't forget to hit subscribe. So I've got a professional coach, Marian from Get Good Racing, and he is extremely patient, which is exactly what I need at this stage of my journey. This video captures that training session, pretty raw, pretty unedited. This is me tackling the track, trying to improve a few of the basic driving techniques. If you are new to sim racing, this is going to be ideal for you. It covers the basics like hitting the apex and trail braking and when to brake and how to change gears approaching a corner, etc. So it's literally the basics. For any of you that are already experienced, I do not expect you to need to watch this, but for those of you starting out, give it a watch. I've tried to pull out some of the key parts, so hopefully you can kind of skip through. It's also mainly a lot of me pressing reset and spinning out. So enjoy!
So let's go into the settings. Let's take a look. Let's go to options. Okay, something a bit strange in your wheel range in the top. You see, you have your wheel range to 886 degrees.
Yeah,
That one.
I tried to get it to 900 and couldn't. Is there a technique? Is that right? I've been told to put it to 900.
Yeah, it should be. Wanna try just now together to recalibrate the steering?
So does it automatically? Does it if I?
Yeah, we just have to do the process.
Maybe
Sometimes.
So
yeah.
Does that need to be?
Yeah, it has to be 0.0.
There we go. Right.
Okay.
And this is the worst part.
Yeah, we can put it to 900. I know, I mean, it's a bit of a struggle.
See, this is the reason why it's slightly off.
I see, yeah, but we have to do it though.
Okay, fair
enough. Otherwise,
I didn't realize.
Won't be exact match. But it has
Come on! It wants to. There we go.
Oh, okay, good.
Oh, there we go.
Excellent.
Oh, come on. There you go.
Okay, perfect.
We did it.
That's good. Because now we have like the right amount of angles whenever you're turning. It's the same exact thing in the sim as well.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Load cell brake. Okay, this looks good. We want to go now in sound.
Okay.
Okay, that's already quite good. If you find yourself that it won't be the case with MX-5. MX-5 tires are really noisy. You actually hear them a lot. But for some other cars in the future, if you find that you don't really hear the tires, you should decrease the engine sound even more. But for now, you can keep it like this. The main thing is that we want to hear the tires whenever we're driving, because it's a good indicator of being at the limit or over the limit. So this is fine. Okay.
Cool.
Let's click done. I think it's all right from iRacing part. It's okay. We'll see with the force feedback and so on. But I think we can start driving.
Okay, and then we can't blame the settings anymore. It's definitely just my driving.
Oh, but the race lab disappeared though.
Oh yeah, I did hide it because otherwise I can't click some of the buttons. There we go, it's back.
Ah, okay. Awesome.
There you go.
Alright, so let's just do some laps. I'll just be watching at this point. Take it easy in the first lap.
God, I'm super nervous. I'm more nervous than I am having a race. Excuse me if I'm really bad. Right, actually, I do need to turn the volume down. Right, let's try that and see if it's a bit quieter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Is it a bit better?
Yeah, I can actually hear you now.
Yeah. Alright. This car is loud.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so I'm not maxing out the brake anymore and braking a little bit earlier, which is kind of
Sure,
helping.
exactly. For the outlap, the most important thing is to slide the car as less as you can.
Yeah,
Especially
tires,
before
right?
qualifying. Yeah, especially before a qualifying run, because then it will heat up the surface temperature, and
Okay.
you will have less grip. So before each of your qualifying runs, like the first outlap, you should take it as easy as you can
Okay.
without sliding. It will help the first lap.
Do I need to like do this?
No, maybe if it's just a very short track.
Okay. One thing I do actually need help with eventually, probably not the first session, but how on earth you're supposed to start a race? Like even if
Yeah,
if you start the race like whilst moving, I can't remember what that's called, or if you
yeah,
start it from the grid, like both either of them, like I just don't know how I'm supposed to be starting. So
yeah, we'll cover that for sure.
okay, cool. It's one of those things that you can't really practice when you just practice it, you know? You could only practice it in a race.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh god.
No worries. Imagine that I'm not here for this type of
I'm trying.
driving.
I mean, I
Yeah.
normally have to talk to myself anyway when I'm recording these videos, so I'm getting pretty good at multitasking.
Yeah, it is difficult. I find it very difficult.
Yeah, exactly. Although it's kind of a good thing because I find like if I try and concentrate too much, I just end up messing it up. So
In a way it helps, I see.
yeah, I put too much pressure on myself and just end up overthinking everything. Oh god, nearly. I'm supposed to go over there, right?
Yeah, that corner is super tricky with any car.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Alright, and this one I always try to not brake. There we go.
Exactly. Eventually we'll take it without lifting as well.
Oh really? God.
Yeah.
Okay. So how long have you been racing?
Oh, I think it's around 5 years or so in iRacing.
Nice.
Yeah, I enjoy it. It's a fun hobby for sure.
Yeah.
And also the rig part, which never ends.
Yeah, exactly. There's always something.
Yeah, but simracing has gone a long way.
I feel like there's
right
loads.
now,
Yeah, there's loads of noise in like social media and everything, and
yeah,
like yeah.
it also helps with real life racers, in a way promoting it.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely. Yeah.
and also the companies that are building hardware. Like right now, you can get something for, I don't know, $1,000. You can get something really good, whereas in the past you would barely get a DD wheel and DD base for that. But now the prices has gone lower for.
It's way more accessible.
Yeah, exactly. Way more
Yeah.
accessible.
Although I don't even know how much I've spent on this rig. I've tried not to figure it out.
That's the best tactic.
Yeah, like a little bit here, a little bit there. Ah, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Well, if you put it this way, you're actually saving money because it's more expensive to go on the track with your own car.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely way more expensive. God, could you imagine actually crashing in your own car?
Oh no. Okay, let's do one more lap and then we'll discuss a bit more.
Okay, cool.
You're doing great. Let's go. This was good.
Good. Half the problem though with asking for people for advice on YouTube is that you get loads of people giving you conflicting advice.
Yeah, it happens. It happens.
Everyone has their own style of driving, and like, yeah, if you don't do it their way, then they're like, oh, you're doing everything wrong.
Exactly. Yeah. This is definitely a good foundation to build. Just for like a few weeks or months of iRacing, it's actually okay.
Okay, good. That's nice to hear. Yeah, I definitely feel like I've made loads of progress since I first got it. I literally couldn't do a single lap without spinning off. So
Yeah, no, this is not easy for sure. You started with the racing line assist, or you always drove like this?
no, well, I tried, and I found that all I was doing was just staring at the line and blindly following the line and not actually learning the track. So for me, it didn't really work. And I know that lots of people tell me that I need to turn it back on. And maybe I should turn it back on. No, okay.
What you're doing now, it's fine. Let's take a quick break for driving for the moment, and we'll continue from my side.
Yeah.
Just to make like a plan and try to give you a bit more context on what we can switch. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen now. Okay, cool. So you see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's take it step by step. Let's take it in small bits. What I noticed that it's something that it's really happening for you to a certain degree in each corner. And it's quite natural to happen this way because you want to be safe. We are braking too much everywhere on entry. So yeah, you're braking a bit too much because obviously you want to be safe. You want to actually take the corner curves. Whenever you're carrying a bit more speed, that's also the danger of missing the corner or spinning.
Yeah.
But the problem with this and why we have to make some efforts into carrying just a bit more speed, even 1% more speed, will make a big difference everywhere. Is that what happens is this: because the car is very slow on entry, you will be on throttle earlier than you should. You see, so you're at this point you're already back on power. And in some cases, you can understeer because of that on the exit. This was not the case because the speed was way too low. But in general, this will happen. You will brake too much, then this will start a chain reaction in which you go too early on power, and whenever you're going too early on power, then you will go wider on the exit. So basically, you will take an early apex, which is going to be a late exit. So what we want to do is to find like a minimum brake pressure that will make the car push a bit more into the corner. So for turn one here, you braked a bit too much. So we can, let's actually take from another lap, your turn one. Maybe we will find something else. Let's see. No, in this case, it was just a bit too much on the brakes. How you can tell it is this. You see, we have a lot of track on the exit around here, and our goal will be to maximize it. So next time that we're gonna go on the track, I'd like you to reach all the way here into the left. Okay, that's gonna be our first goal, like maximizing the track. You're doing a good job on the entry. Like you're using all the track on the entry, let's do the same on the exit. And I think this will naturally force you to just carry a bit more speed and push the car all the way to the outside. And I think you're gonna gain a lot there. Now for corners like this one around here, just a bit on the brakes will make you turn the car even more. Like around here, you're doing the lift, just the lift, you see? Just fill these gaps with brake. We want to have this at all times. We want to be on throttle or on the brakes. And whenever we feel like just a lift is needed, just barely touch the brakes. If you can add like 5% braking, the car will be even more stable into this part.
Okay.
And one small detail here, again, we can try to use all the track, so we can try to push the car. There's a bit of hesitation here, and I want you to be aware of it, because it's easy to spot it whenever you know about it. So a small principle, you want to hustle the car in between two corners at all times. So right now you're relaxing a bit too much, maybe we were talking. So instead of bringing all the way to the right, you just put it in the middle. Let's take it from another lap, because I think in other laps you pushed it a bit more. Let's see here. Yeah, here it was a bit better. And also the brake. But it was a bit too much on the brake. This is a perfect example of slowing the car too much and being too early on power. You see, because you're too early on power, you will understeer on the exit. So we will try to carry a bit more speed with a bit less brakes here. It's gonna be a lot easier on the track. Right now, I just want to give you a let's say a bigger picture idea of what we will do on the track, because it's gonna be a lot easier then. Let's see this corner. This is gonna be like a small detail, but I think it's gonna be helpful for you to be aware of it again. So when braking, what's happening now for you, it's something like this under braking. So you're building up the brakes and then you're releasing it, something like this.
Yeah.
Instead, we would like to do it a bit more sharper, let's say, and then trail braking. The difference is here. You see, you're still building up the pressure here. You see, it takes a bit too much for you to build up. It's this slope around here.
I think that's my fear of pressing too hard. So I'm like, if I gradually put it on, I'm not going to just slam them on, you know? Okay.
Yes. So we don't want to make the habit of just slamming the brakes. It's more like a squeeze in terms of feel. But we will try to arrive at peak pressure a bit earlier. So instead of being here, to be just a bit earlier. We'll take it in small steps. But just this should be something that you should focus in low speed corners, or in corners that we have to brake a lot more. Because in those corners you have all the time. Like for example, right now you're on this straight, you can just focus, okay, I just have to press the brakes a bit quicker. You have the mental power to do it. Because whenever you're taking corners like this, one after another, then you might not have the time to properly think about it. Yeah. So that's going to be here for this corner. Let's see in terms of throttle and apex. It's just that we need to carry a bit more speed. I want to see you carrying a bit more speed, and then maybe another issue will appear, but we'll solve it.
Yeah, I won't be on the track. That'll be the issue.
Yeah, we'll solve it whenever we'll be there. Let's see this one. You see, it's the same here with the brakes. So right now you're having 37, 42, 39, and now you're building up to your peak. So you actually arrive to peak pressure a bit later, not initially. It takes a bit too much.
Yeah.
It's the exact. Let me quickly search something. So this is Okayama MX5. I want to give you like a visual representation. It's gonna be even easier. Let me mute it. And let's take it from here. Look, you see, I'm going to 84, holding it and then dropping.
Okay.
See?
Yeah.
And now let's go into this one. It's the same principle in all these corners. Going to 80, dropping,
Okay.
And
So
that's going to
what do
be
I
the
want
main
to
idea.
aim for about 80 for most corners? Is that like,
Yeah,
well, obviously if it's a corner where I have to slow down a bit. Yeah.
yes, I don't want you to be stuck on a certain percentage. It's
Yeah.
more about building the habit of braking instantly
Breaking
hard
it. Yeah.
and then
Okay.
modulating down instead of modulating up, center, and then modulating up.
Okay.
That's the
Yeah.
main thing.
Yeah, I think because that's what I used to just slam the brake on and then lift the brake straight off. So instead, I'm now gradually put it on and gradually off. So I need a combination of the two.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Okay, let's look at this part right here. I'm just trying to find at this point your like the biggest points in which we can gain a lot initially, and then we'll figure out the small details. Here's is a detail though, and again, this is a, the best example so far of why overslowing on entry is gonna affect your lap time. So, for example, here the car is way too slow at this point. So what
Okay.
do? You go on power because you don't have many options. One of your options would be just to wait and not do anything, so just coast into this corner. But because we're race drivers, we have to do something with the car, right?
Uh huh.
So we put the power down, and because we go this early on throttle, you realize at this point that you will go wide, so you have to correct. And
Yeah.
every time we do like a correction like this, it's gonna cost us a huge amount of time. And now you see you're understeering on the exit, and then the car.
Yeah.
So basically, a chain reaction started with the brakes. The brakes started everything because the car was way too slow. If you will have just a bit more speed, then the timing will be right. So the timing is a big component, and right now in the beginning, this will be like our worst enemy. Like, how do you know to have like the correct timing in those corners? You can think about it this way. You can think that, okay, I need to have an apex point in each corner. And let's say for this corner, the apex point will be around this curve somewhere, you
Yeah.
see? And whenever you hit that apex point, then that's the point in which you push the throttle, not before it or not
Okay.
afterwards. You
Yeah.
see? So you can simplify it by, okay, at the apex point, I'm going back on throttle. Until the apex point, I will stay on the brakes. If I'm not able to stay on the brakes because the car is already too slow, then it means that we just braked a bit too much, right? Because it's impossible for us to be on the brakes. And that's how you build up a bit of timing. Let me see what I did here. I don't remember. Let's see. So you see, this is the
Yeah.
point in which I'm going on throttle. You see this
Wow,
long,
full on
long tail
throttle as
brake?
well. Okay.
Yeah. And this is also important to be sharp like this, but for the moment, this won't be our goal. Our goal will be to build up in some steps that are actually easy to implement. So it's gonna be a lot easier for us to work on the timing, and then this will just be a consequence, a good exit of it. So yeah, this is the main principle about overslowing on entry, and we will try to tackle it. Now, in this one, I want you to try to go flat. I know it's scary, and I know
Yeah.
we might go into the gravel here, but there's no issue with that. Do you know about active resets?
Yes.
Yeah, we can totally use them,
Yeah, I know
because
about them.
whenever,
I've never used them.
yeah, we'll
I
configure
have
them
set.
because
I think I set some buttons up to do it, but never actually used them. So.
yeah, there will be very useful because probably we'll crash a lot by trying new things. It's perfectly normal. But what I want you here to try, it's it's in a way about vision. You want to take this curb almost in the middle of the car. So
Okay.
almost putting the car. Let me show you how it looks. I hope that I remember it correctly. Okay, so let's see. Almost. Just with
Yeah.
the right tires.
Okay.
And then you see it's a small lift, 1% lift. But we can start by, instead of dropping it to 20, to dropping it to 50
Yeah.
and see how it goes. And
Okay.
then we progressively. Okay, and let's see the last one as well, because the last one is important. One small detail here, you're turning a bit too early. This is an important concept as well. So what happens here is, notice that you're starting to drift away from the left side, while you initially brake. Like right now, you already have your brake and turn at the same time into this corner. This is a bit too early. So for corners like this, where we need a good exit, it's super important to turn later. So in a way, you have to do what you're doing in turn 1, like really align yourself with the white line, brake a bit straight, and then turn.
Okay.
Yeah, but we'll do it once we're on track. I think we can actually go on track. Just wanted to show you some things because it's gonna be a lot easier now whenever we're gonna try them because you already saw it.
Yeah. What time did you get on this then?
Let me check. It depends a lot of the
1:45.
45.5.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Was
But
that
it depends
7
on
seconds difference or something?
We'll cut the gap. There's no problem. Okay, so let's get back to you now. So let's first configure the active resets.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've set the buttons up. Where is it? It's
in controls. And if you scroll just a bit here.
Oh, there.
Active reset start point and active reset run. Those two.
Yeah, I'm sure it was these two buttons, but let me just double check. All right. Oh no, it must have been the other way around. Oh well.
Yeah.
I just need to remember which one's which. Start point was right, and go was left. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Is that it? All the settings we need? Shall we jump back in?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's jump back in. And let's do an out lap.
Overlays. There we go.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, that's one button that I set up in my Stream Deck that's actually working, so that's nice.
Good.
Right, when I reset it, does it make the tyres cold again, or are they still warm?
No, they will be in the same state that they were whenever you saved the position.
That's good.
Same with fuel and every other parameter of the car. Yeah, that's quite good. It's actually a quality of life feature.
Yeah. Because every time I'm like, should I reset it? Because I don't really know what it's going to do.
Yeah. It will speed up the process a lot because you can try different things.
Yeah,
for the out lap itself, we won't try anything. We won't push it too much. We'll just take it safely. We want to warm up the car.
Harder on the brake. Right. Mid pressing it, I realised that I was still doing it wrong. So. Right.
No worries.
Right. Yeah. Okay. That was just me testing.
What pedals do you have?
The SimLab XP1.
Yeah. I remember now from the YouTube video.
Right, so brake later. Oh god, 100%. That was bad.
Here it won't be possible to be flat in the cold tires lap, so do the lift here.
No, that was also really bad. God, I'm trying to overthink everything, aren't I, and getting it completely wrong. Right.
I think you focused on the turning point, which was better, but then
threw everything else out the window.
No worries. Let's test if the buttons work. So whenever you can.
I think I pressed. Oh god. Oh, good job! I did press the button. I don't know whether it was the right one. Did I? Yes, I did. Oh god.
Okay. Alright, cool. So we have the car already saved.
Oh.
We can continue.
I think I needed to press it a bit earlier.
Yeah. No. I just wanted to see if it works.
But it does work, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's slightly terrifying when it just launches you in at full speed into a course.
It is. Yeah. Imagine in VR.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. I'd love to do it in VR.
I had it for like 2 years. It was really fun.
Yeah. Why? What made you get rid of it?
It's nice to see overlays and an actual screen in a way.
Can you not
The
get overlays in
resolution is better.
VR?
You can, but you have to basically it will consume a lot more resources, and you already have to use a quite strong PC to run
Yeah,
VR.
exactly.
Yeah, so you need a lot of hardware, and for longer sessions it's sweaty, let's say.
I put the brake on, just not quite hard enough.
No worries. We will start by tackling corners like one by one. For example, I want you here in this lap to set an active reset after it's before the corner in which you're doing the lift, the second
Okay.
to last.
Yeah.
But put it in a position that's comfortable. You can put it a bit earlier.
Oh God. Okay. This putting the brake on quicker thing is definitely gonna take some getting used to.
Yeah, no. Let's not do the adjustment on the brake yet. Then.
Okay.
I think we have
What's
the pit
going on?
limiter on.
Oh. Oh, I must have pressed it by accident.
No worries. We'll put the active reset before turn on. No problem. And we won't focus yet on braking harder.
Okay.
We want to keep it a bit more comfortable.
Yeah, so I'm not spilling out on every corner.
Yeah. So we can save around here.
Oh. Okay.
Good. Let's take it normally.
Oh God, what am I doing? Honestly.
No worries. Just go a bit more in front, around here. And now let's press that button to go back.
Okay.
Excellent.
God. Right.
We can press again the button to go back, and we can stay here for a while.
Okay.
So firstly, we want to set a sector time. So let's go to the finish line.
Okay.
And let's do it a couple of times without changing anything in the technique for now. Like you did it in the beginning.
Okay.
So
Oh,
we start
God.
from a baseline.
This is going to take some getting used to.
Ah, okay. So if it's not comfortable, we can just do laps.
It's just getting used to it, like resetting as I'm going, it just throws me off. Right, it'll be fine. I'll get used to it. There we go.
Okay, nice. And now we should have some delta.
Oh.
If we press it again.
Just smash. Oh my God, what am I doing? Trying to do the braking as well. My brain's an overload at the moment. Right. Let's try again. I'm slowing the guitar too much now. Just. Alright.
Okay.
Trying not to look at the telemetry line. That's pretty better.
Yeah. Okay, this was better.
Oh, wrong one. Oh, why do I keep shifting down so much?
No worries. Let's do it a couple more attempts if it's still comfortable.
Oh, I'm doing it again.
Yeah, it's the downshift. Notice whenever you're getting to second, the rear just kicks.
Exactly. I don't know why I'm pressing it another time. I don't really need to. I'm still not using the whole track, am I? Okay, let's try.
Yeah, for the moment, yeah. A bit too early on power, and that's why we had a bit of understeer, but we carried a bit more speed because of the way that you brake. So let's do it again.
Oh God. Is that too early on the throttle again?
Now let's make a goal. Now you're getting a bit more comfortable. Let's make a goal. Let's try whenever we go on throttle to make it as linear as we can without backing off. So ideally it will be straight 0 to 100. Because if
Okay.
we can't make the corner, this will tell us, okay, the apex point was not right, or maybe the speed. We'll see. Let's try to do
Okay.
it.
Okay. God. Definitely not like that.
No worries.
Oh.
No worries.
No.
Too much speed, right? The car doesn't turn.
Exactly.
So let's brake just a bit earlier
Okay.
while doing the downshift.
No, I gradually put the throttle on again, didn't I?
Yes.
Oh, wrong button.
This is gonna be a good drill in all the corners.
No.
Notice, it happens instantly. You see, whenever you're too early on power, because we're not arriving at the apex,
Yeah.
then we're drifting wider.
Yeah.
So let's try to do it slower, and we'll do it with a gap in between our inputs. So we will just wait up until the car is aligned. It will feel a lot slower, but
Okay.
it will build us the habit. So gonna brake,
Okay.
gap, and then throttle. Exactly, just wait up until you know that's the good point. And now 0-100.
Oh, still in
And
fourth gear, it's not going to help.
yeah, and with the downshift as well.
Okay. Downshifted too early.
Yeah, this rotation is nice though. At some point you will learn to control it, because that's the quickest way to take the corner. Okay, this is still better.
Okay.
This is still better. You see, you didn't drop it. It was always going up. Let's
Yeah.
continue like this.
Okay.
And while going into the corner, it helps if you think that you're going almost diagonally towards it. Because I think right now you're staying
Okay.
too much in a straight line and then turning.
Okay. Oh god. Was that
See how much the
diagonally?
car turns?
Yeah.
This car turns, you barely turn the steering wheel and it turns.
Exactly, yeah. Definitely wants to go its own way. Okay, harder on the brakes.
It's okay. This was very good. We only
Yeah,
needed third gear. But
yeah,
the
and shift down the
approach was
gears.
good.
Okay. Oh god. I feel like my brain can't quite compute everything all at once. It's like, no, one thing at a time.
Okay, good. Nice. This was the better one so far. You still got understeer on the exit.
Yeah, but I
in
didn't die. Well, until then.
Yeah, in terms of rotation and in the way that you press the throttle, that should be our goal. Now let's take it a bit easier. Let's not go that quick into the corner. Just
Okay.
tune it down like even 10% less in terms of speed, just to build a habit. So we want to do this. We want to hit that curve on the right side. That's going to be one of our goals.
Yeah.
And then the second one will be to put the throttle and try to do it 0-100. You did it a few times, so it's already good progress.
Right, so we're in. Hit the curb. Max roll.
Good. Excellent.
Okay.
Let's do it more.
No, definitely not.
Okay. This is good stuff.
Well, that's definitely not hitting the curb. Oh, I've got such a squeaky brake pedal again.
And now you beat your previous record in the sector. So this was your quickest attempt.
Okay.
Because
your
your inputs were clean. So it was braking, no gap, throttle 0-100. It looked very good. Now obviously it's a bit more trickier to do it consistently because
Yeah.
you have to think about it. Whenever you won't think about it, it will be a lot more smoother. But what I want you to add now, so let's do it just a couple more times to get comfortable, and we will add one more layer to it.
Oh my god.
A small tip.
Yeah.
Downshift as quickly as you can.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Downshift
Okay,
early.
so it stops it throwing the back end up.
Exactly, because let me explain you why. I mean, I think you figured it out, but the main reason why the car spins in this corner when you're downshifting is because we time the downshift with the moment that we already steer and turn into the corner. And because we have some rotation already, whenever we do the downshift, the car just spins. So
Yeah.
if we do the downshift while we're still straight line braking, then the car is a lot more stable. So that's the main idea, to do it earlier. Because if we do it later, it's possible that we can spin. In some cases, you want to do it later to get more rotation, but at this point, you're not that comfortable in holding that slip angle. You see, you will get more comfortable with it. But for the moment, let's do it earlier on the straight line braking.
Okay.
Exactly.
Oh, fell on the throttle.
Yeah.
Panic, shove my foot down, completely threw myself off.
Good drift.
Yeah, it was a good drift until it went too far.
Okay, so do the same thing, but with a bit less braking force.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to put my foot, like, I'm trying to do the speedy braking, but without.
Yeah, it happens.
Shoving it all the way down.
Right. Exactly. The car seems a bit more stable though. Let's see.
No.
This was the late downshift.
Yeah. No, too early.
But it's okay, cause now you know it before it goes wide.
Too early again.
Exactly.
Oh, too late downshifting. Oh, too much force.
Okay, the input on the throttle is good here.
Yeah, okay.
Good job. This is your quickest so far.
Yeah, that felt a lot better. Oh, too late downshifting again.
Oh.
Oh, man.
Now let me give you one more thing that you can add.
Yeah.
Because even though it's not yet consistent, you're starting to get a point. I want you to try to put your vision more on the curb, so that, because generally where you look, that's where the car goes.
Yeah.
And if you see that the car is not going at the curb, to still trail brake. So you will trail brake up until you will hit the curb, and then you go on power. Because what happens right now in some of the cases is that you try to brake hard initially, but then you drop it quickly before the car arrives. So the moment that we do the brake release is whenever the car gets to the curb. If we overslow the car when trying this, there's no problem, because we're trying to add this concept, and then we'll make it work with the other ones as well. So let's try it. Stay on the brakes up until you hit the curb.
Okay.
Exactly. You see, the car rotates a lot whenever you're on the brakes. Yeah. Exactly. So right now, your car is not understeering; it's oversteering.
Yeah. Oh, I'm forgetting to even shift gear. Oh, didn't smash into the wall. Nice.
Now try to do the same with less steering angle. Imagine that you will barely turn into the corner, like almost 0 degrees turn. You will barely hit the steering wheel and it will still turn.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, okay, yeah.
Give it a few more tries. It will be like magic. 0 degrees turn. Exactly. This is what we want.
Yeah, but with a faster throttle.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. Just focus on what you're doing with the steering wheel. It's perfect. You see how much the car rotates? It's crazy.
Yeah,
You
it just
barely
steers
touch the
itself.
steering wheel. You give it the downshift and it goes.
Yeah, exactly.
Excellent. This is our whole point with the trail brake. This was very good.
Look at the curb. Okay.
This was good. It almost you match your best.
Oh, too much.
Yes. And let's revert to the braking that you did in the beginning without putting 100 for the moment, because I think it's gonna be, you will have the car a bit more stable.
Throttle too early again.
Now let's go slowly towards the curb. I want you to show something. Let's stop the car near the curb on the right. Okay, so you see here that almost here on the exit, it will be very nice if you could aim at this part right here. You see, so this curb is quite long.
Yeah.
If you're gonna hit it too early in the beginning, you will go wider. But if you will imagine that you want to hit around here, what you see, you see that white line, that white block before, so it's white, red, and then white again. Try to hit it around here initially, so to trail brake up until here, and then at this point to be on throttle.
Okay.
And let's see if it will make a difference.
Okay.
Exactly. Exactly. We drifted, but
yeah,
that's the idea. We're basically training a late apex now. This is good stuff.
Still went slowly on the throttle.
But you were beating your record. Yeah.
Oh. No.
Don't worry about the numbers here. Don't really. If we hit that part and we go on power one at 0-100, it's still good. Okay, now I want you to be just a bit earlier on power than this. Just a bit earlier.
A bit earlier, okay.
Yeah, it's just a bit.
Too far over. Too much hesitation, but
almost.
Yeah. Almost.
Okay, I think we can apply this to other corners as well. We can now do laps. I think you're starting to build a habit. I think you did a good progress here, but notice that we added trail braking, we added also having a more precise braking point and that thing with the throttle. Let's try to do it here the same with the throttle. So whenever we go on power, it's gonna be big jump.
Yeah, not there.
Of course. Let's reset back to the previous point, so we won't have damage.
Yeah. Oh, what am I doing? Hold on a second.
What is? What is?
Right, let's start that one again. Oh, too soon.
Okay, and let's brake for the next one in front.
Again, too soon. That's way too much braking, isn't it?
Yeah, it was the brake.
Yeah.
It was the brake. Okay, let's try here the thing with the throttle. No worries. Small hesitation under braking. You were looking for the braking point? There? Or?
Yeah. I don't really know at the moment. I feel like my brain doesn't really. I can't even speak.
Yeah, it's a lot in a way. It's a lot.
It really is. Like, there's so many things that you need to like think about all at once, and obviously, like once you've done it for long enough, that just comes automatically. But trying to relearn everything is just.
You know what? Let's just focus on the throttle in most of the corners, and just brake how you normally feel that you should brake. Okay? Because it's gonna be a lot easier if we just focus on the throttle. Very good.
That's better.
This was good as well in terms of going on power.
Yeah. So yeah, not full on throttle then.
Yeah, and this one, yeah.
I have to say you're a very patient coach. Thank you.
Thank you. But it's fine. It's fine. I have worked with people that just started, and it's everyone starts from the same point.
Yeah, that's what I keep trying to remind myself.
We've all been here. We all have been crashing the car.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the day when I don't crash the car.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was going to be lovely then, but no, it wasn't.
A bit gentle on the brakes here. We still have to brake. If we don't brake, we'll miss it.
Okay.
Let's reset again and let's do these corners. These two. Excellent. Just barely touch the brakes.
Do we need to shift down or keep it in?
No, you just need to brake like 1%.
Okay.
1% braking. Barely touching the brakes. Just 1% of the brakes.
Okay. Touching the brake in the corner though, aren't I? Like.
Exactly. You were almost in the sweet spot there with the braking. Let's also do something. I think it's a good example. Let's slow it down a bit. I want you, whenever you run wide and you understeer on the exit, to avoid adding more steering angle.
Okay.
I want you to just lift the throttle to 0.
Yeah.
Wait for the car to regain grip, and then go back on power, because adding more steering angle whenever we are already sliding the fronts, it's not gonna help. The car won't turn more. Instead, we will just lose performance. So mistakes will happen. Mistakes like at this point, mistakes will happen more often than you want. But whenever this happens, I want you to correct it with the right techniques, being not adding more steering angle, but just even brake if you see that the car is not turning, or drop the throttle. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. Good. Barely touch the brakes. Yeah. No worries. No worries. Let's
You
continue.
said slam it while I slam them on. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Okay, no, the brake, not the throttle, Christina. That helps.
Okay, this is good. It's the same thing here, you see? It helped you a lot in turn 1 to have an apex point in which you will trail brake up until you hit it. It's the same here.
Yeah.
I want you to see that the car is going very closely to the curb, so the goal will be to hit that curb on the inside and then fully commit with the throttle. Whenever you see that it starts to go towards that. Because we have to hit it there. And let's see, maybe this is just a vision thing and it will help you. Let's try. Let's give it a couple of attempts. It definitely worked here. The moment that you saw that that's an apex point there, then you changed your approach. So let's hit that curve a bit. Exactly, a bit too early, but it's still okay. It's still okay. It's still okay. Let's continue the lap.
Too hard on the brake again, isn't it?
Yeah, a bit too hard on the brakes. Here we drop the brakes too quickly.
Yeah.
You see, we dropped the brakes and the car didn't turn. We tried to turn it, but it didn't want it to respond.
Yes.
Let's continue.
Half the problem now as well is that I'm watching my telemetry line rather than actually watching where I'm going, which isn't helping.
In a way, it will help you to learn, you know, because you're also seeing.
Oh god. Yeah, okay, that was bad.
No worries, no worries. Let's try to put the start of an active reset after this corner. So let's take this one. Yeah, around here to put the beginning of the sector. Excellent. And now just we will go up until last corner. Yeah, no worries for now, because we will attack it with the active reset. Let's go more in front. If you can continue, like driving more, just a bit more. Exactly like this, because we just want to put the end of the sector. So let's take this next corner as well. Okay, good. And now we can reset.
Okay. Oh no! I pressed the wrong button. Oh man. Oh no!
No worries. No worries, no worries.
Alright, okay.
If we reset, can we save the car if we go back to the point that you saved? Let's see. So we won't have damage.
Why is neither of them are working? I don't know.
Ah.
No, we're gonna have to start again.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. No worries, no worries. Okay. Because I think if we have like the active reset in the last sector, we can practice like 3 corners, which are quite nice. Especially that one, that high-speed corner. So let's do 1 lap to warm up the car. We definitely need that.
Yeah.
And let's focus in the out lap of trail braking towards the apex point, like here, the car. The thing is that this car is very slippery.
Yeah, trail braking or just sliding all over the track.
Okay, this was a good exit in terms of throttle.
Should I have gone full throttle there though, rather than my little... Yeah. My little hesitation. Too fast.
In those tight corners, we can use first gear.
Okay.
It will help a lot with the engine braking.
Okay.
I will remind you next time.
Need to brake a little bit.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, the tyres are cold. That's the reason why.
Yeah, the car is a lot harder to drive with the cold tires. But
oh god. Oh, and a firmer pit limiter on as well, I think. Am I? Oh,
yeah. You know what? Let's do one extra lap before saving the car position. To have 2 laps on these tires, it will help you a lot. Because right now, even in the first lap, the car is still sliding. But let's save the position of the car around here in case we do something. We will have it here.
okay. Is that saved?
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay. Now let's continue to do one more lap.
Oh, far too soon.
Yes. You will find yourself doing this with the throttle, like building up too much whenever you're braking too soon.
Yeah.
I think here a good cue would be quick downshifts. It's gonna help you a lot.
Okay.
Because most of the times you're going too hot on the entry. So if you're just gonna downshift quicker to second,
Yeah.
it's gonna help you, yeah, with engine braking there. Same here in this corner. Let's try to downshift on the straight line as quickly as you can to first gear or second.
Yeah.
You see how much the car stops?
Yeah, exactly.
So you brake almost at the same point, but it stopped a lot sooner.
Except because I'm in first, it's got way too much power. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Let's brake here.
Yeah.
Let's put another active reset here. Good.
No, that's not it. Oh no, that was the fast
No
one.
worries. Yeah, no worries.
That's too soon. Ah! Oh gosh.
It's okay.
When I first started, I wasn't spinning off at all.
Yeah.
It's all part of the progress, right?
Yeah.
Oh, faster downshift. Oh, why am I even in second? I don't know.
Gentle on the brakes. Okay, this was actually good.
Yeah. Okay.
Look on the throttle, a lot better than your personal best, straight up.
Yeah.
Okay, downshift quickly here. Exactly. Notice how much the car stops, so you can brake later. That's the advantage of downshifting quicker. We can brake later.
Yeah. Okay. That made.
You're already gaining time, even with this. So. Same here, quicker downshifts. Okay, and you see, you have.
Yeah.
No, this is perfect actually. You just have to brake later. Whenever you see that you can stop the car sooner, it just means that you can gain on entry by braking later. Let's brake here as well. And let's save again the car position around here. Let's press the button to save it. Excellent.
Slow shifting again.
after we will take that corner in which we don't brake that much, we will press the button to go back.
Okay.
So we can stay into this part of the track. Exactly. Now we can press the throttle.
What is it? Oh, there we go.
Okay, perfect.
Is that a first corner? It is, isn't it? Is it?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
here we have to delay our throttle application. So we will wait on the brakes. Brake, wait, wait, still wait, still wait, still wait, still wait, still wait, still wait. Now on hard. Okay? This is the rhythm. But if we brake too hard initially, then it's impossible to do it because the car is very slow.
Yeah, exactly.
Now here I want you to do it almost flat. Don't drop the throttle.
Oh, I couldn't resist. It came up a little.
It's possible. You see how small the lift was compared to our all-time best?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go back. Let's go back into this sector.
Make sure I press the right button. That one, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay, so here we have to delay our throttle application. Still wait, still wait, still wait, still wait, still wait. Now, something like that.
Okay, so past the curve, basically.
Exactly. Almost.
Okay, almost
yeah,
past
yeah,
the
yeah.
curve. Okay.
So do a small lift like last time. Here. You see? Oh, excellent. So you gained a lot in the high speed. Very good. Now let's brake softer here.
Do faster.
Exactly.
Okay.
What is gonna happen is that with soft braking, the car will also rotate a bit more because you will have more speed.
Yeah.
So in a way, it's a bit more prone to oversteer, but we'll manage it with our steering wheel. We will try to not turn that much with the steering wheel because the car will already turn from the trail brake.
Okay.
But I want you to keep the same approach with the braking, like braking a bit softer. Still wait, still wait, still wait now.
Oh, turning too much.
Yeah, you will get the rhythm. I'm trying to give you like some references because in the beginning you were taking it a bit too early. Okay, good. Next attempt, I want you to try to do it flat. I think you can do it without the lift.
Okay. Oh God, it'll blow the engine up. Right. Oh, still wait, still wait. Too slow. Okay.
Okay.
Braking on the corner.
No worries. Take it flat here. Good. So in the high speed, we see the biggest jump in performance. This is good. This was good. Your first instinct was good. Even though it's a bit earlier, now you're rotating more, so it will work. Very good.
Let's just
keep the same approach. You just have to modulate a bit here because it's this elevation change plus steering angle, but keep your same pointing going on throttle. This was way better than before. Way better. Just modulate it a bit more in this case. Okay. Now it's too slow, right?
Yeah.
It was a bit too slow.
Ah, and I'm still spinning up.
Okay.
Oh gosh, that's not right.
A bit too early, and you will get pushed wide because of that.
Oh, helps if I change gear. I don't know why my finger was on the reset button already.
A bit too slow, right?
Yeah.
Let's go slower at the curb, like we did in turn 1, to see it more closely. So you see, in the beginning here, we don't want to touch it here. We want to touch it more around here initially, when we're at right now, exactly.
Okay.
So it's almost in the middle, not in the beginning, but not also in the end. It's almost in the middle. It's for you to
Okay.
have a visual reference, another one.
Okay.
Let's see if it helps. Let's give it a couple of minutes. You see now it's in the beginning, but you
Yeah.
modulate it with the throttle.
Yeah.
It's still okay-ish, let's say.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, I need to start
Kinda like
turning
this.
later, do I? Is that okay?
Yes. Yeah, but let's break later, because now you're much better on the downshifts.
Oh,
Just a bit later than your normal breaking point.
the dog
We
seems
tend
to
to
have
do like
let himself in. I'm not entirely sure how, but...
yeah, we tend to do like big jumps when adjusting. It's perfectly normal.
Too early again. Okay. Right, let's try later.
I think in this corner it won't be possible to keep 100% like this. The car will spin.
Yeah, okay.
For the moment. So we can try something, but let's give it more.
Okay, oh
with the
god,
end
went
grid,
too
so.
far over anyway. No, it's still spinning.
We have to turn a bit less with the steering wheel.
Okay.
We're using too much the steering wheel, that's why the car spins.
Use the brakes.
Yeah.
Oh, too slow. And then brake a bit more.
Yeah, like our goal will be to bring the car all the way to the left here. So we'll be all the way here to the left to open up. And yeah, and then we brake and take this corner because it's gonna be a lot easier
Yeah.
if we open up. You see, and now you're gaining. Go flat here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See, if you gain like half a second.
Yeah, that's a big difference. All the way to the
Brake
left.
here.
Oh. No.
Yeah, you can do it like this. First put it all the way to the left, then brake.
Okay.
So we can scrap some speed.
Yeah. Ugh. Too far to the left. No. Oh, no. Oh. Okay, that was really bad. Oh.
Okay, let's modulate even more on throttle. Let's try to bring the car to the left without those oversteering moments. Let's go slower in the beginning to see what that would mean.
Oh, I didn't brake again, did I?
Yes, you need to add a bit of brake before turning it.
Oh, that could have been so much better. Nope. Oh, man. This is
Same here, same here. You want to, it's exactly like the first corner, you want to apex a bit later. So let's try to stay tighter to the curb on the right side and just go later on throttle.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be simple to adjust. Because here you see, you want to stay tight and hit this curve. Same thing in the next one. It's that steering angle plus throttle that whenever you hit the curve. Okay. Exactly, just drop it there.
What are you doing? I'm trying to shift down a origin first.
This section is tricky. It is indeed tricky.
Or am I always steering? I don't even know. Yeah, I'm still turning. No, I was. My steering wheel just went a bit nuts. Right.
Yeah.
Brake? Yeah. Honestly, in my mind, I'm just like going for all out.
Yeah, let's go slower towards that curve as well. So here we know what to do. We have to take it a bit later, cut a bit the curve, bring it to the left. Same here, you have to take it a bit later. Not in the beginning, but around here, exactly.
Okay, alright, so I'm hitting it too.
So the apex point makes a huge difference. Because if you take it too early, you will always struggle on the exit.
Okay.
I think the first one works for you most of the times. It's the exit where you spin because of the throttle and steering wheel, but in terms of apexing, it's much better.
Okay.
Too early.
Too soon, yeah.
Yeah.
Too fast. Alright, let's brake.
Delay it even more to throttle application.
Okay.
There. And here, let's be more on the left on the exit.
Oh. And I don't need to brake there because I'm already going too slow.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in second gear. That was a bit silly. Okay.
Okay, I don't know if you noticed, but this was your best attempt. The main
was it?
thing that made it, yeah, the main thing that it made it the best was because on the exit here, the car was stable. The reason why it was stable is because you didn't touch that curb on the left with your tires. So let me see if I can show you. I will quickly share my screen. Okay, so what happens for you in some of the attempts here is that you are too close to the curb to the point that you're going too much over it, and whenever you're crossing it and landing in the middle of the track, the car is unstable. Because the car is not stable because we have this let's say this curb, we touch it with our tire, and then when it lands it loses grip because we go over the curb. So in a way we have to stay tight but without going on top of it too much, because then you will have the ability to go flat like this on the throttle. And it's important to arrive at this point with the car stable and turn, because if the car is already unsettled for the previous corner, that's why it's harder for you that corner. So what you did right now was your best attempt so far. I think you were gaining 3/10 here just because you didn't touch that curb. So let's try to do that a couple more times. Let's see if it works. So let's go around this.
Oof.
Yeah, if the car will start sliding in the middle, it's impossible to take this one. Just because
Yeah.
the tires are overheated and they don't have enough time to cool off.
Okay.
We have to steer just a bit less on the
Yeah.
exit. You're afraid that you will go wide and you add a bit more of steering angle.
Yeah, exactly.
Less steering. Braking. Too early a bit.
Yeah.
So we can do the same thing that we did in turn 1. We will stay on the brakes up until we hit the curb on the right side and then go on power until we hit our apex.
Yeah.
You see, it's not possible because we
It's
braked a
going
bit too
too
much.
slow, yeah.
Yeah. But in a way, that's how you build a good habits, right? Because you have to do this timing.
Yeah, okay. Oh god. Too slow.
Nice. Okay, let's brake. A bit too much. Let's wait. And now you get it like this.
Okay. Okay. Oh god. No, I can't help but like tap the brake and then put my foot back on the throttle. Too soon again, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And you will see it on the exit. If you go wide, because it's too soon on initial.
Yeah. Oh god, that was awful. I blame the kids. I think they stole all my brain cells. It takes me so much longer to learn anything these days.
Especially this, because you have to coordinate.
Yeah, everything. Feet, hands, brain.
This is hard. This is definitely harder than another like ordinary thing. Okay.
Oh, too much. Okay.
Yeah, it was too much on the brakes. Your approach, like on general, now that you know what we should aim for, it's okay, but it needs just polish and maybe just a bit more track time.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
wanted to focus whenever you will practice more. I think for this session, this will be more than enough for you to practice. Like
Yeah.
next week, for sure it will be enough. So like key points or key takeaways. If you can find a precise apex point, it will help you a lot, like you did in turn 1. The
Yeah.
moment that you knew, okay, I have to hit this curb, but mostly on the end, then it started to be more consistent because you were looking and your car will go wherever you're looking. And it
Yeah.
started to help you with that. So visuals, it's not just about getting the braking points, it's also looking into the corner and being as precise as you can. In some corners, it's a bit harder to get. I mean, curb has a lot of rumble strips, right? But a rough estimation, like in the middle, beginning, in the end, is going to help you a lot. Because right now, what happens to you, you're going just, it's the timing. The
Yeah.
inputs, okay, the inputs can be improved. You can get on the brakes a bit harder, but those are like small details. The bigger details will be the timing, and we get the timing right by knowing where what the apex where the apex is, because at the apex you want to be back on power, you see. So what happens right now is that you're usually a bit too earlier and sometimes a bit later, so it's this dance between earlier and later. I think you will solve it by vision, by improving your vision and getting those reference points,
Yeah.
but also by trying whenever you go into those corners to apply, like, so braking up until to the apex, at the apex releasing the brake, and then
Hmm.
going on power. You see,
Yeah.
uh, what happens for us usually is that we do some things mechanically, and this happens at all levels. So we go on the brake, but we don't really think why I release the brake or why I'm still on the brakes. It's a fraction of a second, right? You don't really have to think about it. But
Hmm.
what I want you to notice is that the longer you keep the brakes, the more the car rotates. And ideally you want to stay on the brakes up until you get to your apex. If you see that you're not hitting your apex, don't release the brakes. We tend to mechanically brake and then get off the brakes without actually looking at what's happening. So you have to look at the car, what the car is doing. If the car is not following your line, your desired line is not going towards the apex, then there's no reason to release the brakes. We have to stay on the brakes. On the opposite, if we release the brakes, like it happened for us a couple of times here, if we release the brakes and we go on throttle and we release them because the car is very slow, but we did it before the apex, then there's no reason for us to go on throttle, you see?
Yeah.
So we have to react to what's happening instead of trying to do it more mechanical. But in the beginning, everyone does it like this. It's just for you to be aware, because I think if you like right now, it's a lot of stuff at once. But once you
Yeah.
get a bit more comfortable, you will be able to tell for yourself. You're already doing it actually in this session. You're already saying, okay, I am too early on throttle. I brake too much. I didn't downshift. All
Hmm.
those things. So you were still seeing them, but obviously it's a lot more difficult to put everything together. But this is like just the warm up. Whenever you do it the second time, it will be a bit easier and a bit easier, and soon it will click. So I think
Hopefully.
if you stay with this until the next session,
Hmm.
we can really progress from this, like a foundation. And for sure, we will still talk about those kind of stuff because it's easy to explain but hard to master. But I think you will have a bit more, let's say, mental power to attack them because right now it's a bit too much,
Yeah.
and you have to get comfortable with those because whenever you will free up some of your mental space, then it's gonna be a lot easier to add more things.
Yeah, exactly. Let it sink in a bit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But for just a month or 2 months, few weeks, this is good. This is
Okay.
good, especially you
Good.
don't have the racing line assist. So everyone is like this in the beginning. Don't get discouraged. It's quite the opposite. And I honestly think that you will keep improving. You also have good hardware on your side, so that also
Yeah,
helps. Yeah,
definitely.
yeah,
Every little bit helps, right? All the gear, no
exactly.
idea.
Yeah, and have fun like you're doing right now. It's like if you see it like a journey but not a sprint, it's gonna be a lot more enjoyable.
Yeah, no, exactly. I definitely thought it was going to be a lot easier than it is. I'm not going to lie, but we'll get there.
Yeah, you will start to get to a point in which it will feel a lot more easier than it is right now. That I can tell. But in the beginning, it's quite a lot of stuff. It's mostly the coordination. You see what the car is doing. You have to turn, you have to downshift, you have to do go on brake, go on throttle, look at the lines, look at the braking markers. It's a lot actually. It's like a sport. It's genuinely a sport actually.
Yeah, it is genuinely a sport. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.